Okay. Good lemon water. Give it a couple minutes. Got all kinds of projects to do today. So excited. All right, let's see. I want that light. Let me move my camera forward just a little. That light might be a little. There we go. Hi, Cheshire Cat, Terry Brett, Missy. How y'all doing this morning? How's it looking? We got enough color going on in here. Hello, is Rose? Is that's Linda, right? That the Rose and Train Cottage. That's Linda Renz. I think she has her name two different ways. So good morning, Linda. Good to see you. We're keeping you in our prayers. Angie, Don P, Laverne. Let me get another sip of I might have to take a bite of banana here. How's everybody doing? Thanks, Kat. Kat saying good morning to everybody. So we spent a few minutes saying good good morning to everybody. Hi, Janet. Let's see. Yeah, that banana helped. I can tell. So we're revisiting some of our file. We talked about this last week, the file folder things. So I said, let's make some more, and let's make it with new vintage map papers by Poor Toast. So we're going to do that today. I got stamps. I got stuff, and then I got a whole bunch of stuff from. I have a whole bunch of old ones, and a new one here. So yeah, I have all kinds of different ones that we got here to show, and then I started another new one here, and then let's see what else. I got some Happy Mail, and I just got tons of these things. I'm telling you, we used to make these by the I don't know how many, but back when Carrie Love was around, she and I would make these like every week practically. So, and I did pull these in case I want some of those. I don't know. Got my stamps. I have a whole bunch of ones folded. I'll probably do a giveaway on some blank ones. Yeah. So we got lots of stuff to do. Let's close that little paint thing there. So yeah, all right, let's back up here. Back up the bus. You're welcome. Y'all keep Linda. That's Linda Rentz right there. Keep her and Tim and the family in your prayers. Brooke, did I say hi to you, Brooke with an E? Brooke with an E. Pamela Kane, hi. I did pull Terry. I did pull the prompts and the cat's book and Riri's book, so we can do that first thing. So yeah, been busy this morning. Run, but that's okay. I made it on time. So yeah. Don't forget to slip the prompts. Yeah, I have the bowl pulled, Terry. Yeah. I'm ahead of you this morning. So yeah, I'm going to use these vintage maps, and I think I'll also go back and pull the icons of the world. So I think we'll use these to make some file folder fodder holders. We used to call them all kinds of different names, but they're made out of file folders, fodder holders. So anyway, I'm looking around, seeing what else. Oh, well, if Cat and Pace comes in, I'll show her something. But if she comes in, because studio. I want to say smart studio. It's not smart studio. Where we got enabled from our pins week before last. Oh, why can't I think of her name right now? I got too many people. When I'm reading name after name after name. getting my hair in a ponytail. I forget. What's her name that recommended the pins to us last week? Something Studio. Why can't I think of her name? Her name's Jackie, but I can't think of her channel name. Anyway, if she comes in, I'll show something. Hi, Keeks. Spare room. Thank you, Debbie. Debbie to the rescue. Thanks, Debbie. Yeah. Let's see. Who else am I missing here? Joanne. Said hi to Keek. Scrolling. So yeah, I try to catch y'all first thing. If I miss you, I do scrub back through the chat later, and I do see where I miss people. Hi, Becky Hernandez, but I don't do it on purpose, guys. The chat moves quick, and I have to look away to do something. So I look away and come back. The whole chat line's different. So I do my best, and my mods, Janet, Kat, and Tina, they do an amazing job. I could not do this without them. I real seriously could not. We would just be sitting here reading chat and doing nothing. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to catch my breath a minute. I did have to run a quick errand this morning, so I'm back and made it in time. Let's see. I think I've said hi to everybody here so far. Make sure that if you talk to me, you put it in caps. Make sure you have all messages clicked on the top of your chat line, and I think so. Okay. Yeah, so it is. Yeah, that happened on YouTube, and it happened over the weekend on YouTube, and so I guess I don't know if it's a YouTube thing or what. I thought, well, maybe because we don't have the crown thing, that we wouldn't have this either because I'm on StreamYard. But yeah, it's on everybody. It's not just my channel, it's everybody's channel. They're doing something in YouTube. I have no idea what it means. Hi, Marsh. Marsh, did you start a new Instagram account? Because I didn't want to follow a fake account. And I looked for your old account, couldn't find your old account. So did you start a new IG, Marsh? If you did, I'll go follow you. Hi, Zinjin. You want a crown? The crowns are for who's talking a lot. And that's on YouTube, and we don't have that on StreamYard, which I'm glad, because a lot of people are complaining about, how do I turn it off? Well, you can turn it off in your own personal settings. If you're on somebody's channel and you don't want to be in the crown thing, you can, it's like a leaderboard, who's talking the most kind of thing. You can go in your own settings. You have to turn it off in your own personal settings if you don't want to have the little crown icon thing in other streams. We don't have it here because I'm on StreamYard. Yes, you deleted them out this. Okay. All right, good. Just making sure it was you, Marsh. I will go follow you. Thank you. Let's see. So that's what that is, Janet. Don't know why they're doing it. Have no clue. Don't really care. To be honest. If I I just can't unless they tell us. We don't know. Hi, Arlene. Riri, thanks, Riri, for the book. We're going to check that out here in a minute. I like to say good morning to as many people as possible before we get started. Let's see. Don't forget, here's Janet. Don't forget, Janet streams at 1 Eastern. She streams at 1 Eastern. We get a break in between me and Janet. Let's see. Tori. Okay, if I've missed you, I don't mean to. So we're going to go and get started. We'll go ahead and start with the books and the prompts. Let's go ahead and start with the prompts, because we've got a lot to do today. So let's go ahead and start with the prompts. We pick 5 prompts every Monday when Terry reminds me. I did remember this morning. But yeah, Terry will usually remind us to pick some prompts. So we pick 5 prompts. Even if you don't use them right away, at least write them down, so that you will have some ideas. Terry uses them all the time. Hi, Cindy. So today is the 3rd. Can you believe it's the end of June already? Oh my gosh. So I'm going to pick 5 prompts, and I will put them in my Society of Idea Collector notebook and use them at some point. So I just picked 5 off the top. Let's do a little stackaroonie here. Hi, Mira. All right, here we go. Cake, ant, skunk, dog, and map. Oh, that's funny because we're doing maps today. All right, so we got cake, ant, skunk, dog. I can just so picture some things that Terry would do with these, and map. All right, there's our prompts for the week, and so write them down. Use them at your discretion, whenever you want to. All right, so I'll put that in my Society of Idea Collector notebook after a while. So there's the first thing we're going to do. The next thing we're going to do is Cheshire Cat gave us this book. And so I've been reading. Last week was A's. This week will be B's. And I just check off. I don't read every one. I just kind of scan them and pick a few. But it's L is for lollygag. We always say don't dilly-dally, dawdle, or lollygag when we're doing giveaways. So that's why Kat sent this book. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's see what we got here. Balderdash. Let me get my voice going here. Nonsense or exaggeration. If your friend says, I can run a mile in under 3.5 minutes, you should respond, balderdash. Since you know full well that so-and-so's name, it's a Spanish name, ran the fastest mile ever, just over 3 minutes and 43 seconds in Rome on July 7th, 1999. So balderdash. We'll have to try to put that in some sentences. Okay, let's see. Bandwagon. Y'all probably heard some of these before if you're of any age. A popular trend or idea. People are jumping on the bandwagon. It means they're following the same trend at the same time. Depending on the bandwagon, that could be a good thing or a bad thing. Hang on, let me get a bite of banana, guys. I'm losing my voice already. Sleeping with the air conditioner blowing in my face. I did get one of those. Hang on. I did get one of those plastic vent things that make the air blow to the side so it doesn't blow right down in your face, but still, it still affects me every now and then. Okay, let's see. Behemoth, something, usually an animal, that is larger than life and bigger than big, as in the museum's replica of the Tyrannosaurus Rex was Behemoth. Betwixt. Another way of saying the phrase betwixt and between means stuck in the middle, neither here nor there. So that's that one. Let's see. Boondoggle. A wasteful activity or work done for no reason other than to look busy, also known as busy work. As a verb, it means to deceive. So that's a boondoggle. Okay, let's a brouhaha. A whole lot of uproar, confusion, or excitement. If you want to save yourself a syllable, just say hubbub instead of a brouhaha. Because we got here. Where is it? Because here we're the chaos coordinator. We want no brouhaha. No brouhaha. All right, let's see. All right, that's all the B's. So we're going to start next week. We'll do the C's. We're going to do one letter a week. So I just think it's fun. It's just fun. So L is for lollygag, quirky words for a clever tongue. And Cheshire Cat sent it to us. And this came out in 2008. So, and then Riri sent us this. The Everything Etiquette book. Now, we haven't done anything in this one yet. So let's just see what we can get in trouble with this. All right, let's just start. Let's start with the contents today, and then we'll just put a post-it note and start. We'll see where we end up here. Okay, the contents. Being proper during pregnancy, the well-mannered new parent, the etiquette of infants and babies, raising civil children, manners at home, the social graces on being social. Let's see what year did this come out? This came out in first 1997 and then republished in 2005. So we're already talking at least 20 years from 2005. Okay. Dining out decorum, dating demeanor, how to behave while doing business, the etiquette of technology, email etiquette. Oh, we got to look at that. The genteel traveler, manners and transportation, etiquette from around the world, being a good neighbor, entertaining etiquette, holiday demeanor, genteel gift giving, the protocol with pets, being polite on paper, what you need to know about weddings, dealing delicately with illness and death, and miscellaneous manners. Now, let's just go ahead. I'm going to put one here. Well, we won't do the acknowledgement. Let's see. We won't do being pregnant. We won't do the pregnancy. Let's go over to the email thing. Since this was in 1997 when it first came out, let's go over there and just take a quick little peruse over there. I don't need nothing to get me in trouble. Okay, Angie. Let's see. Oh, thanks, Kat. Put a link to the etiquette book. Etiquette, I know that's for sure. That's for sure. I think this is why Riri sent it, because we'd have fun with it. Email etiquette. Email rights and wrongs. Do not type in all caps unless you're at Dee Dee's stream where she tells you to put it all in caps if you're talking to her. I will not take it as being rude. You're catching my attention. Do not type in all lowercase. That is too casual, especially for sending a business email. Avoid using emojis. They're calling emojis. Well, emojis. In a business email, again, too casual. Do not neglect to address someone as Mr. or Ms. the first time you contact him or her by email. Keep good spelling and grammar in mind when typing. So there's some email etiquettes. So proofing the grammar, please. I have some good books on grammar that are hilarious. I'll have to dig those out sometime. Maybe let me make a note of that. Next week, next Sunday, because I post books in my post tab every Sunday. Next Sunday, post the grammar books. They're hilarious. Okay, I'll do that. I wrote myself. I got to write these notes. I have a note on everything. Okay, so thank you so much, Riri. We'll continue to play with this, and we'll continue to play with the lollygag from Cheshire Cat. All right, guys. So there we go. Let's see what we kind of crafty trouble we can get into. Hi, Keys. Oh, I said hi to Keys. It always depend on management. Said us to formal. Yeah, it's going to depend on your situation, where you're working, and all that. But it's just fun to see, over the ages and stages, what people change, things change. When I went to Hobby Lobby, I don't think I really got anything. I did. No, I don't think what did I get? Oh, I had to go get a couple of cards. Get well and other kind of cards. And so when I walked through the card section, it's right by the party section. And I found these. I told Janet about, Janet loves her little monkeys. So I had to buy this little pack of party monkeys. And Janet said she was going to look at her Hobby Lobby if they have them. Otherwise, I'll send some to Janet. But they're so cute. They're the little rubbery monkeys. I thought pencil holders, to put on the back of your pen. I guess they're supposed to be erasers, although I've never tried to erase anything with them. Let's see. Let's do it. Teal one. So yeah, they're pencil toppers, that the kids use. Well, they're party favors, but they're made to see how they look like they're holding onto the pencil. The pencil, right? Now, if my eraser would fit on his little hat, as I don't use red rubber erasers. They can leave a mark. So I always use these and this one's torn. So I'll always just put him back on there. I'll find another eraser. There we go. Aren't they cute? So, yeah. Pencil toppers. All right. So let's put that over there. Okay. So let's see. Make them a tinfoil. That's all. I should, Janet. I should make them a tinfoil hat. Y'all know Janet and I have our own versions of our tinfoil hats. We got them on Mother's Day. We each got one. Janet put a thing on hers that says "Ask Me Anything," and she's doing the conspiracy chicken art journal. So y'all make sure and make her show it today again if she doesn't already. Hi, Christine. Anybody else coming in? Missy. So anyway, I'm going to go over some of the old ones. If y'all have been around, we probably made these 12, 13 years ago, probably. I don't even know. Maybe there's some dates on some of them. But we would take file folders, and then I have one here. Oh, wait, no, I got some Happy Mail first. Let me show this. Okay, so Zinjin sent me this. I've not used it yet, so I'm not sure what kind of paper it is, but she sent me some nice, she said, after you showed Marsh the little prints that I made, she goes, here's some extra paper to make some more. So I did send out a whole bunch of those. So Zinjin, I'll have to send you something made with this paper. I don't know. It just came plain. This was not stuck on here. It just came like this, right? So I don't know what kind of paper it is or anything like that. So we'll test it out. But she sent this pack of paper and she said, come up on Facebook feed 15 years later. So thanks, Zinjin. So we will be using that later for printing. And then if some of y'all will remember our Annie V. Annie V is one of our, I know she's got to be at least in her 80s, and she was downsizing years and years ago, and she had sent me and Mary Autier some different things over the years. And she would just, she does not participate. She's not in chat. She's never been in chat. She watches, but she doesn't participate in chat. We know that, Mary and I do. So, hi, Annie Mame. Good to see you. Barber Chicken Pot Pie Society. Hey, Flo. So anyway, she sent this little gift to me today and to let me know, dear Dee Dee, a long time has passed, but for the past 6 years, had to take care of my husband who passed away last year. I am finally able to get out of the fog. All these years, I still tried to see what you were doing, and it was a great help and thank you for faithfully always being present. All the best and many hugs, Annie V. So I thought that was so sweet. And I did message, at Mary's stream, I did tell Mary last night that about Annie V, because I know she wonders how Annie V is doing as well, because we haven't even seen her around for a couple of years. So that's the update on, for those of y'all that may know Annie V. I will send her a nice card and thanking her back. So so keep our Annie V in your prayers. And it's washi paper. Okay, hi Zinjin. Okay, let me put that on there. All right, let me put that on there. Washi paper. Okay. All right. Thanks, Zinjin, and thanks again. Thanks again for that. I will send you a print or two of the ones that Marsh made me dig out last week. So anyway, Annie V sent these two joggle stick stencils, and I've not opened them and used them yet, but I thought I'd just show you because of the packaging. So she sent me these. I don't know if we'll use them today, but thank you so much, Annie V, if you're watching. That's so sweet. Look how cool they are. There's so many different areas that you can use. These will be fun. Don't know if we'll use them today, like I said, because I've already kind of had something else planned, but thank you, Annie V. I know, right? Hi, Tina. Tina comes in saying good morning to everybody. Aw, thanks, Jen. So let's see. All right, let me get another sip of my water here. So years ago, probably 12, 13 years ago, I'm just guessing, I don't remember. I Carry Love and I would make tons of these. And I hope I Carry loves. Okay, I haven't seen her in forever either. Don't be fresh. I might make you go to a tangent. So we would take just file folders. You know, they have different tabs in different places. You can either cut them off or ignore them or fold them. And I'm going to show you a whole bunch of different ones we've made over the years. I forgot how many I have here. But I also have a bunch just made that are blank ones. So I think we're going to do a giveaway. We're going to do a giveaway of the blank ones, and y'all can make your own. Yes, I know. I know. Tina, I don't know. Yeah, they're change our names, put the apps at it. I don't know. We don't know why, but it's happening. And I thought maybe Ustream wouldn't be doing that or carrying it over from YouTube. So I don't know what the deal is, but it's not just this stream. I mean, it's not just my show. It's everybody. Over the weekend, everybody was complaining about it on different streams. So yeah. All right. So you just open this up, and we're going to use these new vintage map books, which I'm going to show. Poor Toast asked me, well, you know, because he's made like this one here. He made it my bequest. And some other ones. He's made different collage books at my request. And so he goes, well, what do you want? What would you like, for us to work on? So, and it took him a while to do this one. And I said, vintage maps. So he did a vintage map book. We're going to flip through that. Of course, I had to buy two because I know I'm going to want both sides of this. Y'all know I love me some cartography. So what we do to make a file folder holder, and you can do it this way depending on where you want the little tabs or whatever. So first thing we do is I usually fold it about a little over a third. It depends on if you want a little lip on it or not, which I like because I like to decorate that independently of the whole project. Let me get my bone folder, Janet. I have a new one, but I love pulling out this old bone folder that I've had at least 25 years, probably. And just because it's so messy and dirty and it irritates Janet. Okay. So anyway, you just fold this little flap down that'll just give you a little kind of decorative lip. And anytime you, mash something down, start in the middle and then go out because that'll keep it straight rather than kind of curving one way or another. All right, so there's that. Then you just fold it back on itself like this. And again, use something to mash it down with there. And the same thing, let's go this way. Okay, and they don't have to be perfectly even. It just depends on what you're going to use them for. We weren't ever that picky. But, and then you can either fold them like this. You can have the pocket in the front, or you can, fold it over the other way and have it kind of accordion files, or you can have it this way. You can have the pockets in the inside only. You can have a pocket on the outside. You can fold them either way is what I'm trying to say. Okay. So it's just a file folder. Now we have done them where we've made tiny ones before. Okay. To hold artist trading cards. And I'm just going to open it up just so you can look at it. You can figure it out yourself by the folds. It's the same folder. It's just a brown one. Okay, it's just a brown folder, but you fold it in half this way. Fold it in thirds on the side. Instead of just two, you fold three on each side. And then you have a little artist trading card pocket holder that's double-sided. So you can put your artist trading cards. So if you don't have a lot of artist trading cards, or if you don't use the notebook system, or you're using the baseball card sleeves to put them in, this is just a nice little way to hold them. Okay. You have a ton of, hi, Petey, hi, Beth. Good to see you. And so you can make the small ones. We're not going to do the small ones today. But I just wanted to show you that you can make the same kind of little file folder thing out of a folder. And you could use it for fodder. You know, I'm calling this file folder fodder holders. We've had some different names over the years for these things. You can make them tall and skinny. You can just fold them all different ways. I'm going to show you some of the ones. This is the basic way we use them. And the reason that we did it this way is because it'll hold a postcard. Now, the ends are open when you do this. The ends are open, so you can either tape, staple, washi tape, glue, you know, whatever to close those up. But you can put a postcard in these, or your collage fodder, or whatever. I'm going to show you a whole bunch of different things that we've done with them. So I have a few stacked here ready to go. I did paint one that I started here. I painted it black and put gold. Let's see. I need to fix the lighting because when I go with the black, it does flash out. There we go. And I wasn't too neat about the painting because I'm collage and stuff and stamp over it, right? So it doesn't have to be too neat if you're going to cover it all up. But I wanted to show you that one that I did. But some of these are really old. Like I'm talking 10, 12, 13 years old. You do the Arlie Short Valley. All right, let me show you the new vintage map scrapbook paper. Collage book that Poor Toast came out with, and 30 designs, double-sided. It's stunning. It is stunning. Okay, so let's see. Let's get the color to be good here. The lighting. I think that looks good. I think that looks good. I won't. Well, I guess I could zoom in one. Here, we'll zoom in one. There we go. All right. So they're just beautiful, beautiful papers. And we're going to use some of these today. So if you like vintage maps, cartography, pieces of maps, you know, whatever you like to do with your paper crafting, you will love this book. It's like a satin. It's not completely matte, but it's not a high gloss either. It's just kind of a satin. Okay. Right, Tina? Look at this. Oh, I love vintage maps as it is. But, you know, to have a whole book of them. So, yeah. So thank you, Poor Toast. Look at this. So I can see multiple collage discs. Y'all know I make the little disc, the medium disc, and the large disc. I see pieces of these happening. I see these happening. I bought 2 books, and not only that, but there's 2. Okay. This is Poor Toast. Poor Toast put this out, Zinjin. Yeah, this is Poor Toast. Yeah. Poor Toast and Kate Curry. Okay. Kat put a link up earlier. Okay. I know the colors are so nice, right, Tina? So there's just such a variety. Probably a mixture, Marsh. They're probably AI, you know, fixed or changed or whatever you want to call them. But I'm sure some of them are from vintage maps. He didn't make these up. You know, he reconfigured them and made them. So, yeah. All right. So, Poor Toast and Kate Curry. Poor Toast is on IG. Okay, there's Poor Toast is a good guy. And if you have, but before you go request anything from him, you know, he and Kate Curry have hundreds of books. And I've got a lot, maybe a couple hundred, 300. I'm not sure exactly how many they have, but they have tons of different themes. So before you go request a theme from him, make sure that he doesn't already have that theme made, because he probably does. Okay, he probably has whatever theme is in your mind. There's probably a collage and or scrapbooking paper. It'll be either called collage papers, collage and cut, scrapbook. He'll probably already have a book. So make sure you check it out before you go, say, can you make this? He'd go, yeah, did you not look? He wouldn't say that to you. He'd just say, oh, we've already done that. So make sure you go look. Okay, the other book I'm going to use today, which I've used before, and I always keep the used books I've used in these plastic sleeves, which you can get on Amazon, because once you start cutting into, and this doesn't have too many pieces, but then I throw them in the back, and they're going to be falling out everywhere. So I keep them in these sleeves. All my collage books, I keep in these sleeves because it contains everything. Okay, it contains everything. Hi, tell him. Let's see. So hi, Annie Mae. Just realized that you all mean about the YouTube and the little @ and changes your name. Yeah. I don't usually participate in chat. Dee Dee and Rosemary. It takes me a while to notice things. That's okay. No big deal. We can see who you are. Okay, so this one I have used before. I'm not gonna, y'all seen all the discs that I've made with the balsa wood flat discs that I used for the collaging. I won't pull them out right now, but if you go look at my thumbnails, just scan through my thumbnails, you'll find a bunch of thumbnails, and or look in the collage playlist or mixed media. They'll be in probably both. So this one I've already used, but I'll do a flip through it, but some pages might be missing because I've used it, but I'm going to use it again today. See, here we go. This is loosed out. That one's been done loosed out. There's Petra. There's just all famous places. Of course, the pyramids, and they're double-sided. So, like, here's Petra, this version, and then a horizontal and a vertical of each. So, so I thought we would see about using this, but first I have to do this Easter Island, the backgrounds. So we'll see how far we get today, okay? But you can see there's a Colosseum, Eiffel Tower, the pyramids in Mexico or South America, Egypt, Luxor. I'm kind of guessing it's I don't know if that's actually Luxor, but I think it is. England, Rome. So, yeah. And again, this is Poor Toast Kate Curry. So I pulled that too, and I'm going to start with just one of the maps, and of course, and I got my magazines and watches. I love using the Element of Time, especially we're going to use vintage maps. I got inks, I got stamps. I pulled up a bucket of stamps out here. I got all kinds of little, because we're going to make tags. I've got little string and velvet and washi tape. Here's some different vintagey burnt edge washi tape. Maybe we'll use some of that. I don't know. I just pulled a bunch of stuff so I didn't have to do too much digging after we started. All right. So one of the projects that we did and was these for different colors, and here's one of my ideas for this that I think I'm going to use these for. Made them all different color rainbow. They're just plain file folders that I've painted with acrylic paint. All right, let's adjust the light again. Get another bite of my banana so my voice doesn't crack. So, thanks, Kat. Put a link to the clear envelope snaps, and they come in different sizes. I think these are 12 by something, but 12 by 14. I don't know, but you want them big enough to hold the books. The books are like 8.5 by 11, so you want it to be at least 9 by 12. All right. A little bit of banana. Hi, as I said, Missy. So, okay, I'm just looking. Rachel. Anybody else I miss? Okay. So what I thought about these, y'all know I make the prayer pouches That was I did have a bunch of people asking me about where can I see how you made the prayer pouches. Well, I linked, I pinned it, I put it in my post tab. It'll be in between the last two um, book pictures. I put a link to the video, and I said to scrub to an hour and 20 minutes in, I think it was, where I described how I made the prayer pouches because I've never actually just sat and sewn them on stream, but I told you all how to make them. Well, I thought if you like the idea of the prayer pouches and encouraging someone, it doesn't have to necessarily be prayer. It can just be encouragements, good wishes, good quotes. If you want to give somebody something to encourage them and they're really, like I said, my prayer pouches really just go out to people that are really, really sick. I don't have time to make, hundreds of those. But if you wanted to, if you don't like to sew, you could make something like this and paint them different colors and decorate them. Now these aren't decorated yet, but I had found some years ago, I think at Staples, a bunch of these little like composition books that were plastic and colorful. They had all these different colors of these little, and I don't even know if you can find these anymore. It doesn't have to be these. It can be a comp book. It could just be a card. It could be a small little tag. It could be a tag. You could do whatever. I'm just giving y'all the idea. But they could put, things that they like. You can put quotes, what you're grateful for. There's just whatever, journaling stuff. So I just made them all different cut with the different colors, put a paper clip that matched, staple the edges, which I would end up covering that up when I covered them. So you can, put a base coat on. Now, today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the gluing and then, like I do all my other collages, and then glue them on and then paint them in. Okay, be safe, Tina. Tina's got a thunderstorm. Let's see. And maybe have friends dealing with a lot. Great. Yeah, and it's just a little file folder. And again, you can paint them any colors. You can put cards, tags, which I'm going to show you a bunch of different options here. Right. So I just wanted to show you that you can make them, lots of different colors as a base to start with, and then go in and glue flowers, birds, anything. It's just like any other kind of project, collage, mixed media, art journal. You can do any of them, but I wanted to show how I made a bunch of stacks of them with just different colors, and I'll probably repurpose these into prayer pouch kind of things. So I just wanted to show you those. I'm going to show you different ones, and I'll move them off so I have some space. Okay, one year for the project of the year, we used to do like projects of the year, and these are not going to be in order. I know they're not going to be in order, but we did a word a month. We did a word a month, a file folder a month, like here, January. And then we would put, and I think I took everything out of the middles, and I repurposed them into a Society of Idea Collector notebook. So the tags and notes and all that are not in these anymore because I moved them. But I made a big box, like out of one of the, priority boxes, that you get stuff from people in, and you can repurpose those boxes. All right, let's turn the brightness down a little more. And I had a whole folder. And again, these are probably back on Ustream. So there's not going to be a video for those because it was pre-YouTube days. I was on Ustream for 4 years before we moved over to YouTube. And I've been on YouTube for 11 years. So a total of about 15 years I've been streaming, but the first 4 years were on Ustream. I do have some of those on an external hard drive, but they're not on my YouTube. I do think I might have moved 1 or 2 over, but I didn't move many over to YouTube. So these, and again, not in any particular order. Okay, this is from 2012. These are from 2012. So the first word, because I have January right there, this was discover. And then we had postcards. I think there were 4 postcards in each one because we did one theme a week. We did one theme a week for the month. So the month of January 2012 was discover. And then under that, we had 4 postcards in each one. Okay. Style, techniques, color, and purpose. And those were the themes for discover that year, 2012. Okay. This was February. Maybe they are in sort of kind of order. No, because it skips to June there. February was curiosity. So for that curiosity, we had gathering, exploring, observing, and letting go. And those were the 4 subtopics of curiosity for the month of February. And so we decorated both sides. And again, there were postcards in here. There would have been 4 postcards in each one. And you could use tags, you could use whatever. But anyway, so I really want to show these to you. So not that you necessarily want to do this project, but that you can see different ideas, okay, using the file folders like we did back in 2012. They're not going to be in order, but I'm going to show them all to you. Accomplish. This was for June. So for June, we had past, present, future, and that was 2012 was present. So we had past, present, and future. And so this was the file folder. And again, I don't have the postcards stuck in here anymore. So, but that was accomplish. This was rabbit trails for July. I forgot some notes and stuff going on this one. But we had rabbit trails from the web, video, books, and life. And then we had blogs. And back then we had blogs. Flickr. Videos, YouTube, Ustream, books, magazines, arts, craft, and written books, life, people, places, things, animals. So yeah, this was a rabbit trail one. Okay, this started, all right, this was looking ahead. So this had to be in December. Yeah, December of 2012 because we were looking ahead to 2013. And we had just looking ahead. I don't know what we did on this one really because I have no words here. So, but you can see the different ways that we use stickers. This is tissue paper, pattern tissue paper. Yes, we have. You have a box of it somewhere. You have one of those called My People and one of the tabs. Yeah, we had these in a box. They were all in a box, and you could flip to them every. All right. So then this one was everybody had, I think, made one for themselves, a me one, and you had to do who, what, where, how, what, who, what, how, where, and why, and you did a little folder about yourself. This one, let's see if I have, this one was me and this one was thee. So this was about yourself and the other was about your people, your friends, who, what, where. Same thing, except you would do it about your friends and family and just people. All right, let's see. And some of these, they're just not in any kind of real order here. This one, I think, was a swap with somebody. For some reason, I think this was Joycey. I think this was a Joycey swap. So I think this was a Joycey one. We did a swap, and this was hers, or she made that one. Here's just one with, this was October. Important things. Personal, family, community, and world. And so, and again, these all had little postcards in them and little, information in each one. This one is also, did I make this one? It doesn't look like mine, but it has dreams on it. So I'm not sure if this was another swap or something, but this had do, be, have, and give. So again, different themes, do, be, have, and give. This one was October because, it's got the skull and the venom and all that. This was getting rid of the negativity. So in October, we did a getting rid of negativity. The poisons. excuses, gripes, complaints, and whine. Can't we all use a little of that today? These days. So anyway, yeah, so there's excuses, gripes, complaints, and whine. And again, this one was from October. Hi, Ellen. Who else is here? I said, I'm trying to see. I said, it's Shelly. Anybody else I might have missed coming in? We're just reviewing some of these old file folders from 2011, 12. All right, this one was Renew. So this was probably sometime in the spring. And Organic, Outside, Order, and Overhaul. It was all O words. Organize, Outside, Order, and Overhaul. And the whole thing was about renewing. And that would have been in the spring sometime. So see, look how pretty they are. Even after all these years, I still think I like it. You know, it's got stencils, stamps, collage, paint, you know. And so you see why I like to fold the little flap, because it gives it a little division and a little strength to the pockets. Okay, let's see what else we got over here. I'm not sure what month this was, or if it maybe this. And now I might be moving into out of the months. Oh wait, here's one. This is another month one. I don't remember what month, but this one was on knowledge. This month, the month that whatever month we did this one was knowledge, and we did observe, learn, share, and action. So this one I really like too, because I like that paper. Who's that by again? Somebody will know who made this paper. It was one of my favorites when it came out. One of y'all will know who made that paper. So, but I really like this folder. So you can see it's all, you know, collage, paint, stencil, stamping, a little of everything. So that was knowledge. Do I have some more months here? I have more file folders, but I'm trying to find all the month ones. Let's see. Because they'll have words on them. They'll have words on the folders. Maybe that's all I have right here. I know there were 12, though. There were 12. Graphic 45. Thank you, Tori. Graphic 45. That's who it was. All right. So here's one that has some postcards in it. So you can see how postcards fit in there. You can get 4. Well, I mean, you can put more than one, but you could put, they fit. Okay. So this one was not, I don't think, one of the month ones, but it just to show you. So you can stencil, then you can put a tie so that when you close it, you can wrap and tie. There's that option. Showing you options for these. All right, this one I had a tie on here. I like this one too. Again, no postcards. I've taken the postcards out and repurposed them into some Society of Idea Collector stuff. So all the postcards have been taken out, mostly. I think there's still some in this one. But so yeah, so you can see how you can decorate them with stencils, stamps. We had fun with these. We did this. I mean, Carrie and I did these for a couple of years. If y'all were back on Ustream, we did these all the time. I mean, I can't even tell you how long we did these. Well, you can see how many I got here. All right, let me move some of these off. Got a few more here. All right, so here's one that's just painted in stencil. So again, you know, you could jelly plate, you know, jelly plate your folders and or your tags and your postcards, and keep them in one of your file folder fodder holders. Thanks, Christina. Anybody else coming in? Hi, Judio. Let's see, craft. Hi, craft. Let's see who else. Jack. Who else am I missing? Thanks everybody for being here. I appreciate it. All right, here's another one. This one was made with some map wrapping tissue paper. This was some map tissue paper. And of course, I was always using my watches and my clocks that far back. Y'all know I love my element of time. And so this is kind of what we'll kind of do today. Something similar to this. Okay. But this was some map tissue paper, like gift wrap paper. So we'll leave that one out for like a little sample. All right, here's one that has the postcards still in it. So just lots of painty postcards. It goes this way. And I had numbers all on this one. I'm sure there was a plan at one time. So, oh, time. Time was this theme. So we had lots of numbers. And again, you can punch a hole and put strings, ribbon, sari silk, whatever, and make a tie. You know, you can make a tie to help hold it closed. Or you can put elastic bands, you know, like elastic pieces. I pulled some here. Where is it? Some elastic, you know, this elastic string. And the other thing you can do with the elastic string, and we'll see how much time we have today, is you can take your file folders and you can make them like a traveler's notebook or the Midori. And you can take your stretchy string or a rubber band to start if you don't have it handy. But these, you can get this stretchy string in the jewelry department of your craft store. And you can put your stretchy string here. Let's do one here with some scissors. So you can put stretchy elastic cording, if you will, elastic cording, or a rubber band, which rubber bands are easy, but rubber bands do dissolve. They will dissolve after some time. But I haven't had any problem with any of these cording. So it's just like a Midori or a traveler's notebook. And now you can use this to tuck. You can use this to tuck in papers. So like, let's see here. Do I have something handy? No, I have something handy. Just a piece. I just want to, here's a receipt. Let me just show you what I mean. So just like you can take your papers and you can tuck them in, you know. So you can make it like your own kind of Midori traveler's notebook just by putting a piece of elastic around, you know, even just a couple of them, a couple of the folds, and then you can put papers and make it like a little book, if you will. Okay, so you can keep your postcards in there. You can have a book in there. I'm going to keep this one out too, just to remind me to try to do that too. Okay, there we go. Keep a couple of them out. All right, this one, I think Carrie Love made this one for some reason. I think maybe not. I don't remember. No, maybe I did do this one too, but this one was all geared because of the watches. It makes me think it was mine, but all kinds of gears. So I hope y'all are getting, see, look how I put the gears on there on each one. Tim Holt's little guy there. Yeah, a signature, like make it a signature. Exactly, tell him. And then I got some twine on this one for tying. You know, you can use different things. It's just so, I mean, I'm telling you guys, we made these for a couple years. There's so many ideas with these, and we finally just got tired of making them. So it's been a few years that I thought, well, let's readdress it. Here's a small one, just a couple of, you know. This one is made, this is made out of, this is something else. This is made out of a scrapbook book paper. Here's a smaller, just base one. So let's move those. Again, here's some more. You can put a quote on it. And this is heavy chipboard that we use these postcards. So all different kind of postcards, stencil stamping. And a lot of them are not that neat because we got to remember we were making these on stream too. So they could have probably been a little neater, like that's a little sloppy there. But it gives you the idea, right? Gives you the idea. And a lot of people like that messy look, right? Okay, this one. Oh, we did tags with this one. So again, you can use tags, different size tags, stencil stamping, and then on the little flap, you can paint it a different color. There's just so much. Are you glad we decided to revisit this? Okay, well, uh, 2011, 12 into 13. So they're 12, 13 years old. 12, yeah. So, but we made tons of these. All right, and they're fun to make, and you will discover ways to collect things. Like I had this book on vintage toys from the 50s. It was a history, and and then I found a bunch of scrapbook papers. Who was it that made these scrapbook papers? Let's see if I can find out. Cosmo Cricket, was it? Cosmo Cricket made these papers. I think it was Cosmos Cricket that made these scrapbook papers, but they came with cut aparts. So I cut a bunch of them. Look, see, there's the back and some of the different. Oh, here it is. Rocket Age, October Afternoon. October Afternoon paper. Now, you ain't going to find these anymore unless you go on eBay or something. But that's who made these. October Afternoon. And they had all these cut aparts. And so we made postcards with them. And I showed how you could have a theme and store your ephemera, your fodder in these pockets. So if you wanted, like a space theme, a floral theme, whatever theme you wanted, you could keep them in these little folders. And you could have as many of these as you wanted depending on a theme, right? Now I have books on books on everything. But back then we had file folders full of little fodder. So yeah, October Afternoon. So there's that. And again, just some ribbon tied on there to put a tie. All right, let's see. Tina said something worked. I'm not sure. Oh, that was text. Yes, something said something worked. Let's see. I don't know what happened to text, but something worked for her. All right, so I did pull some different some ribbons, some twine, some more twine, some washi tape with that's got that what do you call it? Burnt edge. Pull some of that. I'll keep a couple of these out just so if someone wants to see a completed one, I'll have it handy. I got some inks out, some brushes out. We want ink and brush. Again, I started making this one just by painting it black, and I did a little stamping with some gold, and I edged everything with gold. Just to have one that's kind of started, a base started. So let's put that over there. And again, I have a whole bunch of them already folded and cut. I mean, not cut, folded. And so we can do some giveaways. So some of them are older, some of them are newer ones that I folded. But anyway, so I thought we could do this. Not this one. This is a odd shape one. We'll keep with this size here. Here's one that I showed some time ago. If you want to have a little sketchbook, let's readjust the lighting. A little sketchbook if you want to take go out and sketch and take your little and I show these little monkeys I got earlier. But anyway, file folder, folded a file folder down into the small size, and it's a double-sided, and you can get, you get 100 of these in here, just little thin stock cards, and put them in here. And then I took this to the beach one year. And so these are the little sketches that I did at the beach in Savannah. There's a Savannah pier, little shell, some little seagulls, another shell, I don't know, a little see something there, a bird. So, and there's my flip flops. So I just took a pen and a pencil, and you can put tons. You'd be surprised how many little cards this can hold. And then I just put the pen and a pencil and a rubber band around it, and that was my sketchbook at the beach. So you can have a sketchbook anywhere if you really want to. All right, so let's put that separate. Okay. Let's see. I saw a lady make a sketchbook by folding the folders like that, but she glued several together. Yeah, I've glued these small ones together before, Arlene, to make more for AT, because this holds ATC size, 2.5 by 3.5. And so I have glued them together to make those small ones bigger. So yeah. All right, let's go ahead and get one here. Put these to the side. Don't have anything else I needed to show and tell. But you can use your jelly plated pieces. I do have a pack of collage papers and jelly printed papers. I might just pull some just to have them on hand. Here's one. These are from, this is a Devon one. That one right there is a Devon one. But I want to use my new map books. Again, these are Collage Soup. Let's see. Let me move this down here. There we go. All right. So I think I'm going to start by gluing instead. You can start by painting them first, gluing them, and then painting them in. You don't even have to paint. You can just glue, some post. I do want to cut some postcards. Oh, do I have some here? Hang on. Let's see. What size are these? I think I need to cut these down. I'm not sure what size cardstock this is, but I think I'll use some of these. Let me cut these down to 4 by 6. I'm not sure, just because they'll fit in here. Let's see. 4 by 6, your standard size postcard. So I can make them a little taller. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but if I made them a little, they'll still fit just by making them a 4. So let's do that. Let's make a few of them 4 inches. Yep, try to do too many at once. Let's just do 1 or 2, not 3 or 4. Okay. Is that 2? Yeah, that's why it was 2. 1 more. Okay. So they're 4 by 7. And again, you can fold your file folders. You can make these taller. You can make them shorter. You can fold these however size you want. Okay. So let's see. Do I have 4 here? Just so we can kind of take a look at what we're making. We also have tags. I have tags here somewhere. Where did I put the tags? Maybe I didn't pull them. Maybe they're still up here on the shelf. Yeah, here's some. And so you can put lots of stuff in here. It doesn't just have to be one thing. So you could put a couple of tags. You could put a tag in each one. And you can put your twine on there. You could put ATCs, artist trading cards, or other size cards in there. All right, let's see. Let me scroll back. I don't see anything in caps. Hi, Kathy Kberg. We're readdressing the file fodder holders from years ago. Let's see. Hi, me. Shannon. Who else am I missing? There's Devin. Hi, Devin. Let's see. If y'all missed the flip of all these, if y'all missed the flip of all the previous ones, you'll have to go back because I gave y'all lots of ideas on the old ones, but I can't, go back through them now. So if y'all missed it, go back and look. Okay, so you can use this kind of thing. You got your jelly place. Like I said, I think this is from Devon. You can glue some of this down. I don't know. I'm going to start with the maps because that's going to be kind of a vintagey looking theme. So we're going to pull this out. And you can take your time. Y'all know I have to kind of rush through all this during stream. So, all right, I'm going to get a piece of paper, which will probably help with the lighting as well. That might help a little bit with the lighting, just to put that down so I can glue and paint. I got my golden matte medium here. You can use, I would not recommend glue sticks for this because you're opening and closing it and moving it. And if you're gluing down papers with a glue stick, it's probably not going to hold up. You still have yours? Okay. Yeah. Glue stick's probably not going to hold up, especially if you start putting paint and layers and stuff. The minimum I would say is to use like your tacky glue, something like that. I'm just going to use my golden matte medium because here, the main reason that I love, well, there's lots of reasons. One of the main reasons I love my golden matte medium is because when you go over the top of whatever it is that you're going to add paint and other things to it, you can wipe away wet paint easily. If I put down some paint and just glued something down, like with Eileen's tacky or something, and then I try to go over the top of this and I wanted to get rid of that, it's not that you can't wipe it away, but you can wipe away wet paint with this. So there's other reasons too. I just love my golden matte medium. But if you have to use Eileen's, or it doesn't have to be Eileen's, but tacky glue, white glue, but glue sticks are probably not going to hold up well. Let's see. Yeah, Devin. Put it in caps, guys, if you're talking to me. Let's see. Hi, Jackie. Who else am I missing? Put it in caps, guys. All right. So one of the new books, again, I got new Portos books who designed these at my request. Thank you, Portos. So I'm going to just kind of start by putting maps down. You can even start on the back, okay, because I do front and back. So let's kind of pick a couple that are obviously maps, right? And like I do like the green, so I think this is why I bought two of them. All right, let's get it started here. So let's get a couple, maybe the green and the brown. I do like that city, though. So maybe I'll keep the city. Maybe we'll put that on the front. Let's see. And I know you can make copies and keep them and reprint them and all that. And I usually don't make very many copies. I mean, once in a while I'll make a copy of something, but very rarely. I just, I don't. All right, let's see. Oh, there's another green. Let's go with that. All right, that might be enough to start with. Let's just start with those 3 sheets. All right, so I'm thinking right here on the back, it'd be nice to have just a big piece of that castle. So I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to tear because I'm going to paint. So torn edges are easier to blend. Torn edges are easier to blend than a cut edge. Now, if you're going to go right up to the top, like I can go right up to the top of this, so if I wanted to, I wouldn't have to tear that, but I'm going to tear it because I'm going to add paint all the way around. So if you have questions, put it in caps. Like I said, we've made hundreds, well, I don't want to say hundreds, plural, at least 100 of these over the years. We've made tons of them, and we would swap them and, just make lots of projects with them. All right, so there's that. So I think I'll put that there and some of the green on either side. Then we'll flip it over and do some on the other side. Let's see. What do I want? Do I want a quarter of this? I think I'm going to cut this in quarters or tear it in quarters. Let's see here. And let's put one here. Part of the world here. And I want to tear. Same thing up here. Just a little bit of tearage. And I love all the creatures in the corners of cartography. All right, so that'll go there. We'll keep this for the front. This is going to go here and this side. We'll tear a little off the top here. Is that going to be too big? I think it might be. Let's tear this edge off. Let's see how big we want it. So I'm going to start by doing the gluing. And then I'm also going to, do something on at least a couple of postcards and maybe a tag. Just, different ideas that you can do. All right, so let me pour out some matte medium. Let's get some baby wipes out. Hope that black paint's dry. Yeah, it is. All right. Let's see if there's anything in caps. I'm not seeing anything in caps. I do go back, like I said, and scrub through the chat to see what I missed, but I can't just sit and read the chat or we wouldn't get nothing done. All right, so I'm going to pour out a little bit of matte medium on a coffee lid here. Keep a bag over your jar so you don't glue the lid shut. If you glue that lid shut on there, you'll never get it off. Ask me how I know. So put some plastic, wax paper, something over the lid. All right, let me get a brush over here, get it wet. I know it's Porto's new books. He made them at my request. Vintage maps. I know. I love them. I bought 2. Okay, so let's see. Let's go ahead and start by just gluing these down. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some matte medium down. Some on the back. Just making sure it's going to fit there. Barely. I should have trimmed that down too. Oh well. All right, I'll put that there and then take a card and scrape it down. Okay, I gotta adjust the lighting again because I'm going back and forth from a black background to this cream background. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to go right over the edge. I don't recommend gluing over a fold because over time, that's going to rip. It's going to wear, I should say. It'll wear. It'll, on the bend, it will tear or, wear out. Let's make sure I got enough there. A little more glue under here. Okay. Okay, now I will take my heat tool and dry this. A little bit right there. me plug it in. Let's see. Hi, Jennifer. Who else am I missing? Ellen. All right. If y'all missed the beginning, go back to see what all the different ones I've shown from years past. You like your Woomer pencils, Minnie? You're welcome. And they had a good price, and I really like the Woomers. The only thing I don't like their little thin plastic trays that come inside the nice tin. But other than that, the pencils are amazing. Not sponsored. Yes, I use golden matte medium. It does not come off your hands easy. By the time a session that I've used it is done, I have to get the fingernail polish remover out and take it all out. Okay, hang on, guys. My camera is jiggly, and that's because of the cord somewhere is being touched by something. Okay, there we go. All right, so now I'm going to turn it over, and now I'm going to kind of, if you're not, you're not going to see down in there, so you really don't have to do anything right here. If you're going to, close this up, you're not going to see in there. Maybe put a little paint so that if you peek in there, you can see some paint. But I'm not going to worry about collaging right here. But I want collage up here, and I want it up here. So let's take these pieces that we have left over, like this ship. Let's cut this down. Hang on. I think we can get the front and back mainly done with the 2 sheets of paper. Or was it 3? I think it was 2 sheets of paper. Okay, so we're going to put that here. Then we're going to put the edges over here. Let's see which way the little creatures are going here. I'm going to tear the edges again. Thank you, Flo. Janet, do you know what you're going to do today? I don't think I asked her what she's planned on doing today. If y'all miss seeing Janet's, and I'm not sure who's doing the challenge, but she's participating in the challenge. I'm trying to keep the balance here of that side to that side, so tear a little more out there. Okay, Arlene, have a great day. And Arlene also showed she finished and she did another one. Let me go to Arlene's. Arlene, if you're still here, I'm going to show the diamond painting. She finished the one I sent her. So here's the one I sent her, and she completed it. And she goes, no wonder you get frustrated so much. So they're so tiny, guys. It's just not something. It's just like I don't do cross stitch anymore. Well, I never really did a lot of cross stitch. I've designed cross stitch, but so, and then here's the one that she did, a smaller one. But look how much every one of those you have to pick up and stick on one by one. How it works is the backing is sticky. The design is sticky, and you pick up the little dots with the little tool and you stick it on, and it sticks with the little tool. But this is the one that I had started, and I knew I was not going to finish it. So Arlene did a great job finishing that one up. So, and then Janet, I'm sure it says it right here what it is. absolute beginner. So absolute beginner is doing this challenge, and so it's all done like that, and you can't see the gold. The gold there that you see is the Kuretake gold that's amazing that you can't doesn't show up in pictures like it, you know. And then last week she did a build. She did a small build if you missed that. So here's another one of the challenge there. You'll have to go follow Janet Merle over on Instagram. Team and tearing up the diamond paint, right, Tina? Let's see. Flat backed beads, yeah. Let's see. Janet said, it's more than I'm in a slump, not motivated. I'm not liking that at all. Here's another one. Well, you can make some more of these, Janet. We love watching you make these. So here's another one that she's done, the blue one. Or maybe she's tired of doing these. That could be it. Hi, Miss Vicky B. How's my little chicken lady doing? Well, actually, she's gone from being our traveler's notebook or journal lady to being the chicken lady. Oh my goodness. I now have Miss Vicky, I have a chicken conspiracy so we can dial up or dial down the conspiracies with our chicken. But it's good to see you. I follow Miss Vicky B on Instagram and Facebook, so I so I do see her all the time. But right, Janet. So and Miss Vicky B, well, she used to be one of our favorite YouTubers, but she moved on to chickens, kind of like Marsh. Marsh and the chickens. They moved away from YouTube to chickens. But I mean, I wish I could find it easily. But Miss Vicky B she built a chicken coop that's like a little miniature house in her yard. Oh my gosh. It's the best chicken coop. I think I've shown it to Marsh too, because Marsh does chickens, Miss Vicky. You have 18 of them? All right, let's get back to gluing here. My kids and chickens are taking up all of it. Yeah, that's what happened to Marsh too. You know, he's got a wife and a baby and chickens. So when we lose a YouTuber, anytime we lose a YouTuber, people, it's probably because of the chickens. It does look like a little house, Miss Vicky. I love it. So yeah, if y'all miss a YouTuber, just go look under chickens because they're probably moved on to doing chickens. Our homeowners would not let us have chickens here, Miss Vicky. Anyway, let me get all three of these glued down, then I'll smash them. We're just making some of the old file folders that we used to do years ago. It's been a hot minute. Well, actually, it's been 12 years. All right, let's smash these down. Yeah, Vicky has a video. I don't know if I could find it on the Facebook. I don't know if I could find it. It's been a couple. I don't know. How long ago did you make that chicken coop? Chicken coop being, let's see. I'll share our newest. I think I maybe instead of Karen. I think maybe we would have too many unwanted guests in those West Texas. No chickens for us in Texas in your subdivision, Tex. All right, let's see. Scroll. Let me go to Facebook. Give me a minute because I'll let that sit for a minute anyway. Let's see. All right. I'm going to look under videos. I'm thinking it might be under videos. Well, here's a video of her chickens. It's not the one with the house, but there's Miss Vicky's chickens and her dogs.
Hi, darling. Hi.
But I really want to show you the house if I can find it. It has to go back at least a couple years. I'm not seeing the video, Miss Vicky. I am not seeing the video of the house. I thought you had. I thought it was a video. I could be wrong.
Wait, okay, what are you doing, Olivia?
So well, I don't want to show her kids without permission. I'll show her chickens, but. We're doing this. But I'm not seeing her chicken coop. There's her patio. No. Am I missing her? Tell me it's not there. Hi, Nat. Art Curious. Who else? Let's see. Let me look under photos. Maybe I can find a picture. I really want to show you her chicken coop because it's amazing. I got to scroll back a bit. Looking. You're like me with the cheer pictures when I had Samantha, her cheer pictures. I mean, an old video of her doing a backflip came up in my feed, Miss Vicky. I don't know if I kept it or not. Let's see. First, let's see. Looking for the chicken coop. No, that's not it. I'm seeing what she's saying. Hi, Valerie. I may not be able to find it. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing though. I've never seen anything like it. Never seen anything like it. But I'm not finding it. Not finding it. Samantha, remember last week oh, is this it? Here we go. There it is, decorated for Christmas. It's not the inside, but there it is. I wish I could show you the inside. It has a tile check floor, a black and white check floor tile inside. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. Last week I told you, Samantha's in London. Miss Vicky, Samantha went to London for 2.5 months with school. And there's some more Miss Vicky's chickens. And so I thought that they were going to go to Paris this last weekend, but they ended up going to Germany. They ended up going to Germany for a couple of days. So, yeah. Okay, so let's see here. Let me go over here. I don't have pictures yet. Oh my God. I just saw your post, Janet. Oh no, that was Tina. Okay, that's Tina. Okay, Tess. I just saw Tina's post. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna try to find. Oh, by the way, here's what last week my electricity went out. We had a storm on a Wednesday night. It was out all day Thursday, so I didn't have to miss a stream. But it was out like 16 hours. So the next morning I woke up and had no electricity. If y'all have a gas stove, you can boil your water and pour it over the top of your pour it out. There's my boiling water, pouring it over my grounds in my coffee maker, and it'll just drip down, and you can have a pot of coffee. If your electricity goes out and you have a way to boil some water, that's how you do it. Okay, sorry, that was oh, I forgot what I was looking for. Oh yeah, looking for Samantha. No, it's not there. Let me look under this one. So we're just on a rabbit trail. Give me a second. I thought I'd saved it, but maybe I didn't. Save the backflip Samantha did. Yeah, it didn't look like I saved it. So, okay, we'll move on, guys. Let's see. Hi, CB. Do you remember what it's called? Do I remember the what the video was called? It just popped up in my memories. You know what I mean? If that's what you're talking about, mine. Yeah, it just popped up in my memories last week. And because I used to post um all Samantha's cheer videos back in the day. So, and I keep bumping my camera over here, so sorry. All right, let's keep going here. All right, so see, that's how that's going to work here, like that. Sorry, guys. Sorry, not sorry. I think it was price. I think they got a deal on going to Germany. They could fly to Germany for like a third of the price. I don't know. I think it had to do with price and availability because she's in school. She's in school, so she can't just okay, let's just all and she's with the whole there's 40 of them. I mean, there's 40 boys and girls at the student dorms over there in London. And so, they some things they have to keep up with. So for whatever reason, I haven't talked to her since it was just over the weekend or last Thursday and Friday. So I hadn't been able to talk to her. The Coops is a button story saved on Instagram. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's go back over there, Miss Vicky. Let's see. A video or I'm scrolling through your IG. I mean, Miss Vicky has tons of planner. She was our planner queen. That's what we used to call her, the planner queen. I'm not sure if that's where you mean that the chicken coop is in that section. Y'all hang loose a minute. Thanks, guys, for being here. I don't see it, Miss Vicky. Yeah, I don't see it. But yeah, y'all follow Miss Vicky B and scroll back, and you'll find her. You'll find her chicken coop. Hi, Cat and Pace. Oh, Cat and Pace. I was going to show you and Studio. Let's see, what's her name? Studio Jackie Studio. Oh, why can't I remember her name? I don't know why it's so hard for me to remember Jackie's YouTube channel. Something Studio. Spare parts studio. Anyway, I was going to show y'all with the pins that we got, the pins that we showed last week and the week before that are water soluble. When I went to the bookstore, I saw this book and I said, this will be perfect. Spare Room. Thank you, Devin. I don't know why I have such a hard time remembering Spare Room Studio. But anyway, Jackie is her name. But I thought of you and Jackie when I saw this book. And I've only just done a couple little samples. I just got it. But the Alphonse Muta Art Nouveau coloring book. I'll do a quick flip, guys. We'll just, we rabbit trail here. So I got this at Books A Million. And you can I'll give y'all if there is an ISB. And is there an ISB? Yeah, there's an ISB. I'll give that to y'all. But because it's tiny, this is the kind of stuff that you want to do with gel pens, because it's so tiny, right? Here we go. See, I just did a couple of little things there with the gel pens that you can water down. So, but there's such tiny pictures. I don't usually buy these kind of books, but I wanted to show it to Jackie's Spare Room and Cat and Paste because they'd be the ones that would really rock this. Oh, but anyway, because it's so tiny. Of course, you can do the full-on wash over the whole thing as a base and then go back in and do the details on top. So anyway, the ISBN for this is 9789189944060. So yeah. Yes, Shannon. Okay, so let's get back to our, and again, if y'all missed the beginning of today's stream where I showed a whole bunch of different file folders that we've done over the years with pockets and tags and postcards, you'll have to go back and readdress it. Okay, so let's see what I want to do down here now. Let's see what we got. Let's move these little scraps. And let's see here. Yeah, this is the third sheet. So do I want that down here? I think I do. We'll put that right there. We'll put that under here. I'm going to tear this edge. I'm going to give away some, and not that y'all need any. I'm sure everybody's got file folders, but I thought I would do a little, give y'all a file folder, a couple of postcards, a tag, and maybe a couple of, little collagey stuff to make something. Let's see. Did I say something with the new? Okay, I think we're caught up. All right, let's see. These, I think I'll put these in the corners here. So let's just tear these down. And then we'll start doing a little painting. Let's see, do I want it that way, this way, or upside down? I think I want it upside down. Okay, we'll go that way. And how do I do that? This one, this one. Do I want it that way? Kind of going off that edge. I think I do. All right, let's trim this down. Okay, there we go. Let's glue this down. I don't know what colors I want to start painting first. I want some teal, brown, maybe some brown. All right. Hang on, guys. I'll look at chat here again in a second. You really do want to take the time to mash it too. Get all your wrinkles out. It's a little bit more right there. Okay. All right, let's see. What am I saying? Somebody in caps. Yeah, I think I'm all caught up. Got my folder cut and full. Okay. Playing along, tell him. And I told y'all earlier too at the beginning, you can use them. I showed these right here that I have with that are all different colors that I have the little journals in, and you can make these to give to people that you might want to let them have a little gratitude journal, some quotes in it. You can do that. You want to make someone one? All right, so let's see. Now, I think the next thing I do want to do before we move too far ahead is I want some watches. I want some right here along the edge. So let me just look in my magazine here for some brown gold, just something not silver. Let's see. Here's a little piece, one with a little bit of orange. Let's see. Just gonna flip. I have what do you call it as well? For packet of the watches, but this is just sitting here, so I said, let me just grab it. It has to be kind of a size that's going to fit on there too. Plus, I want it gold. So, a lot of silver ones in this issue. I do kind of like that. All right, maybe this will be enough. All right. Just as a start. All right, let me get some. What is jiggling? That table over there. I'm going to have to work on that. The cord is attached and then goes to there and goes there. And if I bump a certain something, it jiggles my camera. All right, let's see. Just want a little bit here. But I also, you know what? I think I'm going to paint that first. So let me just cut these out and set them to the side. Because I think I'm going to paint that dark brown. And then we'll put on the watches and any other accoutrement. I just want this section here. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and do some painting now. Do I want to start with blue? All right, let me wipe off my brush and get all the excess matte medium before I put it. Throw that card away. Let's move this to the side. All right. Let's see. Oh, got a caps here. Got a hump. Okay. All right, Miss Vicky. Got to get a typewriter for my dad off the floor. Okay. All right. Well, it's good to see you. It was great to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Don't be a stranger. You and your chickens. Thanks, Miss Vicky. All right, let's see. And we got our inks and stamps and stencils. We can do some of that too. I need another baby wipe. Get rid of some of this excess here. All right, so let's see what I want to do here paint-wise. Let's see if we can clean this off a little. I don't know. It's all dried, but sometimes you can grab it easy and just clean off the whole. There we go. All right. So I think I want some brown, antique maroon maybe. Yeah. Antique maroon, black, and teal. Okay, shaking it up really well. Let's get some antique maroon, some black, and we'll get some gold too. We'll put gold on edges, or maybe we'll stencil some gold. That might be fun. All right, let's see. And some dark teal. Let's get, it's not, I can add a little black too. Oh, wait, what's this? One of these two. That's a little greener. We'll go with that. All right. All right. Now, let's see what we can do. Hi, Reading with Pugs, Jen. Another kind of stranger. Hope you're feeling better, doing okay. I see you post on Instagram your books and stuff. Y'all go follow Jen, Reading with Pugs, if you don't already. Oh, you'll post more chickens, Miss Vicky? Okay. All right, let me get a brush here. Let's see, that's too small. Let me get a little medium-sized one here. Maybe this one. Okay. All right, so I got cramp in my leg. Let me sit on my foot. That'll usually make it go away. All right. Let's see what we can do. Do I want to start with blue? I think I'm going to add a little bit of black to this teal just to darken it up, just a little, some of it anyway. Just a little bit darker. And we're going to paint this. Nope, I got it too dark now. Because then we can add gold to it. Might take 2 coats. We'll see. You're going to distribute. You can use whatever you want on yours, you know? That's what's nice about these is you make them, you know, your interest, your theme, you know. Okay, we'll start with that. I'm going to hit up the heat gun and put another coat on it. Hang on. While I'm doing that, I think I'm going to paint a couple of tags on this color too. I thought I had, well, we'll just do one because I don't want to take all, you know, we can be here all day doing a gazillion different. So I need 2 coats. So let's just go ahead and I don't want to leave that little in there. At least do 1 tag, although I'd probably do 4 if I was just sitting here by myself. Okay, let's go back to this. Y'all still with the tour? How many of y'all think this is fun? Or would think it was fun to do one? Or do y'all remember doing them so many years ago? You go, I did so many 10, 12, 14 years ago. Back when we made these back in the day. All right, now let's do this. Let's try this. Oh, thank you, Valerie. I think Cameron got me this at some place. These are just made ones. All right, let's see. I'm going to put front and back on this, so give me a second. I'll probably put some gold stencil. I do too, tell him. I love getting all messy. All right, let's do the other side. And again, like I said, you can stamp, stencil, jelly plate, or use your jelly plate papers, your collage papers, which, you know, I still haven't even picked out any of the antique ones. I mean, the antiquity, what's it called? What's the book called? Where'd I put it? Icons of the World. You know, I wanted to maybe pick a couple things out of there. All right, so I got to put 2 coats. So let's try this one. It's new to you, Laverne? Well, make sure if you missed the beginning of today's show, go back and watch the first, well, after I said good morning to everybody, where I kind of did a rundown of all the old ones that we've used in the past. Back in the day. Back in the Ustream days. So there won't be videos for them, just saying. I've shown them and we've done a couple things throughout the years, but all those ones I showed earlier, those were back from Ustream. All right, so there's a little bit of that. We'll just set this aside for a minute. All right, let me lay my brush out here. All right, I got a baby wipe. So we'll just start by, let's just kind of blend out some paper. I'm going to put a little bit of paint here, but not a lot, just in case you peek down and behind the curtain. You can, there'll just be some paint there. But you're not going to see down in there unless you really look behind the pockets. I'm just finger painting. I don't know if Janet, and I know I probably missed it. She probably said, I saw her say that she wasn't really feeling it today. But I didn't know if she ever answered, if she's got an idea what she might want to do. I think I'm going to just blend that in. I'm just going to blend that. Let's bring that black down just a little into the flap. That'll be nice. Say like that. Give it a little oomph. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. Let's go up here with some black and brown. I'm trying to stay on this paper. A little more brown. And then take the baby wipe and kind of blend that up a little. I'll put some more black in there. Okay, get a clean place there. I'm going to put some blue in here in just a minute. See how I'm able to wipe away the paint? That's because this has got matte medium on it. Okay, let's get a little more brown and maybe a little blue too. Probably put some mist coming through. We'll just go this far for now, and then we'll turn it over. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and dry this, and then we'll put some more layers. I think my little watches are going to fly away. All right, let's turn this over now and do this part up here and do more tealy up here. And then add a little bit of dark into it. Let's just get the file folder covered. I gotta be careful too. I'm making a big mess on the back. It's okay so far. Okay, now let's get a little bit of black and brown. A little black, a little brown. And a little blendy. I'm not looking at chat right this second, guys. I got to kind of do this while it's wet here. Okay. Get that started. Now, let me dry this. Hang on. Wait for it. Okay, now I want to get some fresh baby wipes. Hang on. Gotta keep it moving. Okay, now I want to do a little gold. You'll see when I fold it up. It's going to look amazing, I think. I hope. All right, so let's get the little, there's a small jelly plate, some gold. Let's get some gold paint. Get some gold here somewhere. What do I do with it? Here. All right. Now, let's see. Let me pick a stencil or a stamp, maybe. Let's get a. Do you want a stamp or a stencil? Let's get a. I didn't have a time to take through to pick a stamp, but let's see. Maybe just some kind of texture or something. I got these little diamond things. Those might work. We'll just start with that. All right. So let's put that on a thing here. What else do I have handy? Like all these cathedral windows. I got so many projects I'm in the middle of. Okay, so I'm going to put out. Just start with this again. You could put more thought into it if you want. All right, let's put out some gold paint. And let's see here. See if did I overdo it? Maybe. We'll see. Let's do a little up here. Yeah, it's okay. It's a little mushy. I think I probably should use maybe some foam. Oh, that's okay. I just got to make sure I'm not over, what do you call it? Over painting it. I just really want a little bit of something gold texture, nothing definitive like, oh, that's a so-and-so. Okay, let's see. A little on the edge. Let's go over here, a little on the edge. I know I'm flipping and flopping everything around. Give me a minute. All right, so now let's see. Let's go. Do I want to go that? Yeah, I do want to go this way. just a touch because I'm going to run a bead of gold around everything here. All right, let's go ahead and dry it. Wait, let's wipe the stamp off. Okay, I need a little something else. Maybe I just should do some more of this. Let's just go ahead and continue on with this stamp. I'm over here just patting it down on the jelly plate. Let's go a little this way. Okay, maybe one more right there. Okay, maybe one more right there. All right, now clean this again. Am I missing anything in chat? Did that bin? Oh. All right, so let's go ahead and set that aside for a minute. Let's dry this so I can pick it up and handle it. I can't wait to fold it and let y'all see. Okay, so not yet, just a minute. All right, now I'm going to just use, let me just, all right, let me wipe off my brayer here for a minute. I'm not using it for a minute. All right, so now I'm just going to put down a little bit more gold just to pick up with my finger here. All right, so now I'm just going to pick up with my finger. Try to have a light touch. Okay. Go around down here. Now remember, I haven't done the back flap yet, so you'll have to see here in a minute. Maybe I should not let you see this folded till I do that. Just going to go around the edge with my finger just to add a little extra gold touch. Okay, let's do the same thing up here. I'm trying to kind of make it a surprise how it looks when you're done, you know? But I have to do it in stages. And this is just Deco Art Gold metallic craft paint. Okay, in here. Okay, let me dry this. Hang on, drying in stages. Okay, I really just want to do one section. I'm going to flip it over here. I want to do this one section here. So give me a minute. I'm going to get in here with the black and the brown again. Then we can do the whole back after that. So right now I'm just trying to get all the color down. Okay, that one's not going to show, so that's okay. Am I on the right thing? Yeah. while it's still wet, I can take my baby wipe to this. So I'm just kind of putting it down so I can lift it off. And I know I'm not looking at chat, but I'm trying to do this while it's wet, you know. Okay, now. Let's see what I'm just going to show. It's going to show right there. Give me a minute. A little more brown in there. All right, a little bit more. I'm just kind of filling in and blending out all around the maps. Let me check, look at chat. Oh, I don't see anything. I was looking. Oh, thanks, Devin. Wait a minute. It's going to look, you'll get it here in just a minute. All right, let's try this. Hang on. Oh, that's a little thick right there. Okay, here. All right, where's my brayer? Here. Okay. Sprayer out this gold here so I can just stamp again. Okay. This way. Turn it over this way. You just have to do it in stages. All right, wipe this on. All right, dry. Hang on. All right, so now I know we still got to do this. This is on the back, but I want to show y'all what we're going to do now. All right, here we go. This is on the front with the pockets. Y'all ready? Wait for it. Wait for it. There we go. So So there's the side with the pockets. And so we just did a little bit down in there just so in case you peek down in there. But this is going to be, see, I got to do right there. Hang on, I got to miss a little spot there. To that side, I don't think that's, oh, this side is going to show. Hang on, right there is going to show. Okay, let's dry that. I'm going to flip it over and finish it. I say finish. We can add other details, but all right. So there's the front. We can add some more gold. Let's pick up some gold here. Let's add some gold around the edges here. That's a little too much. I want to put a little bit of mist, and we'll see what else. Going here. Okay, let's dry that. All right, so now we got to finish the top of this. Okay, so this is all we got left to paint in. So let's go ahead and finish that. Let's go ahead and flatten it out. Okay, now I've got to get a baby wipe. Do I have one? Here's one. I have to get a fresh one. It's getting pretty mucked up. And you can take more time and, really, blendy, 100% and be real careful, which I normally would do, but I'm trying to finish this for you guys. All right. All right, a little bit of brown in there. All right, let's do a couple of more of the steps here. Let's do the gold stamping. Okay, let's do a little more gold out here. I'm just turning the stamp back and forth different ways, just wherever it can fit. Okay, I think that's good. Let's wipe off the stamp. Get some fresh baby wipe out. Oh, thanks, Callum. I know I'm doing it quick, aren't I? You have no. Oh, hi, sister. Thank you. Hi, Lori. Oh, no, that's Dot. Hi, Dot. Diddy Penny. Again, if y'all missed the beginning, I showed all the old ones that we've done over the years. So y'all need to go back and look at those. All right, so here we go. All right. So here we are. And again, we can take our, haven't decorated this or anything yet, but you can have your your cards in here that you've decorated. You can have your tags. I'll show one that we did earlier. Just let's see here. There's one here. This one, like this. Whoops! I got this washi tape in there. So you can do, here's one like this with the tags and this is a totally different style, but you get the idea of how it looks, and you can put a ribbon around it. I think what I'll do is put some kind of gold something. All right, so let's see here. Last little something can we do before I do a giveaway? Okay, I think I'm going to go wash my hands real quick and take a quick BRB. Where's my... Here we go. And then we'll do a giveaway. All right, I'll be right back. Let's see, no cats in here, so I'm good. Okay, I'll be right back. The paint wants to come off, but the matte medium doesn't want to come off. So I'm trying to get some of the... So you have to peel off the matte medium or use fingernail polish remover, and I didn't take the time to do that. So, but I got the bulk of the paint off. So the matte medium, that's a different story. Matte medium does not like to come off your hands. And no, I'm not wearing gloves. Tell everyone your whitewash is coming off. I'm not sure what you mean, Tina. Whitewash is coming off. All right, so yeah, that's pretty good. All right, so again, you can put different tags and cards, and you can decorate them. Let me get some more baby wipes. These just wipe off the brayer so it'll still roll. All right, let's see. What am I missing? Am I missing anything? Let me take a sip of water. All righty. So that is the base. There's the base. Again, I didn't get to the point where we were going to use some of our icons of the world. You know, some of the buildings I thought we'd put in there. This would probably be the best idea, is to leave this like that with the map paper, which this is out of this book here, the Vintage Maps, Poor Toast and Kate Curry, and they did this Vintage Maps book at my request. Thank you so much, Poor Toast. I'm going to post a picture of this and this today on Instagram to shout them out. But the icons of the world, this would be good if you just took some of these and made some cards or tags with these and ink the edges, and because I didn't even get to use any of my inks or anything today. So, but anyway, yeah. That might be an idea. So let's see. What else do I have here? You could make different color tags and postcards and cards, with your jelly plates, pieces, do your tags. You can color coordinate them, of course. I'm just grabbing pieces of whatever I have sitting right here. All right, so let's go ahead and move this. Let's see. I'll just kind of wipe this down a little. Janet, she's freaking out over there. I can hear her eyeballs roll. All right. So I'm going to put together a couple little kits real quick. All right. Let's move that over there out of my way. We're going to move this out of the way. All right, so that looks pretty good. I like it. Now we got to turn the brightness down because I took away the white paper. There we go. Thanks, guys. Oh, thanks. Okay, so let's move some of this stuff. Let me move my matte medium. Everything's dipping into my matte medium. Let's move that out of the way. Yeah, maybe on Wednesday we'll use my joggle stencils that I got from Annie V. I do have a plan for Wednesday. I do have a Wednesday plan. All right, let's see. So yeah, again, you can put your tags, your postcards, whatever, and you can continue going with this. So I'll take a couple pictures of it. This is itching me. Let me take my watch off. I got something itching my arm right there. Let me take this bracelet off too. Something's itching me. All right. Let's see. Let's move this kind of over here. We've got a couple. I'm only going to do two. I'm going to do one U.S. and one international. Okay. Let me move the stamps off of here. Hang on, I gotta make a minute. I gotta make a minute to move stuff so I have some space. Okay. This is all the room I have. It's literally right here. All right, let's get a couple. Let's get some that are folded really nice. That one's folded nice. This one looks folded nice. Okay, and I'll probably fold the flaps over so they'll fit in an envelope. Like that. And like this. All right, so we're going to do one U.S. and one international. This one's just folded the other way. So let's fold it the same way so they're all folded the same. You can fold them. You can have the flaps on the outside or the inside, just depending on which way you fold. And I covered that earlier today, so I'm not going to refold or show you how to fold right now. Okay. All right, there we go. Now I think, let's see, what can I do? want to put an elastic on there, maybe. Put a couple cut out, torn out here. Here already, like this. Okay, there's that one. And again, you can make signatures, like you do a traveler's notebook with the insert using these. You just put them on here. You just put them on the inside, and then you can put books inside your file folders. All right, let's see. Let's make another one. Do I have one already made? All right, let's put another one here. All right, give me a minute. Now I can wind down a little. Take my last 30 minutes and make our little kits. Let's see. Oh, who else? Tina. You're so cute, Tina. Am I missing anybody? The cat. Let's see. I'm probably missing some. Did I say a Barbara chicken pot pie? No, no matter how much room. Yes, I know. Right, Barbara? A Paris and Yellowstone folder. Well, it ended up that Samantha went to Germany instead of Paris this last weekend. She and the girls went from London to Germany. I don't know why I haven't talked to her because she just got back. So, okay. So let's see. Let's see what we can do to make some little. Let's just kind of move this to. I didn't put my watches on. I didn't do any more decorating. This took the whole time. That's part of the problem with streaming big projects. Is it takes so long just to get the base of it done that by the time, like when I do my collage discs, plus, I do rabbit trails and shout people out. I don't have to shout people out, and we'd probably get more done, but that's not the way I roll. All right, we're gonna continue to shout people out. All right, so let's go ahead. Now we got this. Now let's go ahead and put a couple of cards in each one. There's 2 cards. There's 2. Let's put 2 tags in each one. And some ephemera. Let me get a couple of envelopes here. So I can get to my envelope spot. I'll have to go to the post office to mail these, so it probably won't be till Thursday that I get these in the mail because I want to make sure. Let's see. I think I'll just tuck that in there in the back. Make sure I have enough postage on these. Let's tuck that in the back of here. All right, now let's put a little twine. Let's put some twine for the, let's see, do I have some brown? What color is that? Red, there's purple. Do I have a brown twine or just black? I have some similar. Here's some washi tape. We'll put some of this washi tape in there because you can use this washi tape that's faux burned. It came that way. I didn't burn the washi tape, guys. I'll give y'all each a piece of that in your little kit. I love making these little kits for you guys. I hope y'all like them. I like to hear back when y'all get them. Sometimes I go, I don't know if they got it or not, but I hope, All right, let's tuck that in there. But this is washi tape, so it's peelable, And let's tuck a little in here. All right, now here's our envelopes. All right. Feel like I'm getting there. All right, let's put a little piece. Oh, I know what. Let's put a little bit of this. This will make a good tag thing. On your tag. Let's put a piece of that in each one. A little piece of velvet ribbon. Is that part of that? What do I do? What do I cut? Here we go. All right, let's fold that up. I'm trying to make it neat, thoughtful. tuck that in there. I might have to flap this the other way so that this stuff is on the inside of the folder, so it's not a big lump in the envelope. I'll just flap it over the other way. You can fold these either way you want. Okay, so let's put that in there. All right, now some vintage maps. Is there anything else over here I wanted to add? Shuffling. I'm looking here, guys. All kinds of scraps and stuff over here. Jelly plated paper, leftovers that I was going to use and we didn't get to it. Okay, let's see here. I'll give y'all each a sheet. I'm going to give y'all one sheet and y'all have to tear it up, make it work, and make it work. Okay, so this has got blue and brown. And this one's pretty here. More mappy. Okay, this has got blue and brown. Okay. There we go. And this is, again, out of the vintage maps from Poor Toast. All right, so I am going to, let's see, which is the best way to fold this. Let's do it like, I just want to make sure it fits in the envelope. Okay, that way. It'll just one fold and it'll fold it into the envelope. Okay. All right. Y'all can make something with that, right? Does that look like y'all can make something with that business? Fun, not bad. Bitty, that's good. All right, so there's that. Let's see. Maybe, let me think something. And again, I'm going to take this elastic off. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to fold this over the other way so that the stuff is on the inside. Like that. And that can probably fold over that way too. Try to make it as flat as possible. Okay. All right. Let's see, that needs to flap on the inside too. All right. Yeah, I don't have any pictures of Samantha from this last week. She's been on the go. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Devin. All right, now I'm looking around, and let's see here. Let me put my brayer back up here. I'm trying to think of something else that might be. I don't know. Something bit me on the wrist. I'm going to put some itch cream on there. All right, let's see. I'm looking around here. I'm trying to think of something else that might be good in here. Maybe origami papers. Let's put some origami papers in here. Let's get some green and browns. Let's put some green and brown origami because it's the matte paper. I don't have any teal color. I see blue. Oh, wait, there's a teal. There's a teal. Do I have another teal in here? Don't see another teal. I see a green. Okay, I see. All right, so let's put a couple, 2 or 3 colors in each one here. Just tuck those in. Okay, there we go. I think that's good. Y'all have your imagination. I'm sure you have your own collage fodders to use in your imagination. All right, so now I got to find my iPad. I'm just spinning around here. Spin in my chair. All right, let me get my iPad here. Thanks everybody for being here. All right, let's see. Okay, no, I don't want that. I want Random.org. All right, load up. I'm not a bot. Okay, here's our. All right. All right, we're going to do one US, one international. We'll do them separate. So we'll do international first and then US. All right. International only. Wait till I type in go. Put in a number between 1 and 100. First person closest without going over. Here's all my notes for the file folder thing. 3 note things over there. Okay, whatever. Where's my. Okay. All right. Wait till I type in go. International only, one number only. Make sure you have all messages clicked at the top so you see, we'll see it, but you may not see all the numbers if you don't have all messages clicked at the top. Okay. All right. International only, one number only. Okay. There we go. The paint. The books. Oh, wait, no, I need that book. I gotta take a picture of it. Post on IG. There we go. International only, one number only. And then we will. Got a mess today, people. I have a mess today. And I didn't even use half of it. I didn't use my inks to edge, to make the tags or the postcards, but you got the idea, I think. I hope. All right. International only. I'm going to count down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last call. Put your number in. Don't dilly-dally, dawdle, or lollygag. All right, here we go. First person closest to 25 without going over. If everybody goes over, I just pick a new number. 25 without going over. All right, let's see what we got here. Nana Mo has 18. It looks like it might be Nana Mo with 18. Y'all double check me. Nana Mo. And Nana Mo, I'm pretty sure that I have your address. But if you'll send it to me again, Nana Mo, just to make sure. Okay, here's my email. Send it to me again. I don't share your emails I don't share your addresses with nobody, not even the other mods. Okay, so Nana Mo, that's the international. Okay, I'll set that over here. Next, we're going to do USA only. Same rules apply. Wait till I type in go. One number only between 1 and 100. Okay, wait till I type in go. I hope y'all had fun. Got some ideas back from our old file folder projects. There it goes. Okay, Cindy, yours came up ahead. So Cindy, you're going to need to put yours in again because you beat me to it. So it has to be after the go and before I hit stop. I have to make some rules, guys, or people say, you so-and-so didn't make, trust me. I don't know. Don't email me. Just put in your number again if you put it ahead of mine. If it's ahead of the go, put it in again. Okay? All right, y'all get your numbers in. Then I'll pick a new number on the iPad here. And don't forget, Janet comes on at 1. Devin comes on next Wednesday at 3. Thanks everybody for being here. I appreciate it. All right, I'm going to count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Enter it if you haven't yet. Do it now before I hit the stop. Okay, here we go. New number. 2. And if everybody went over 2, I'll pick another number. I don't see anybody under 2. So let me go ahead and pick a new number. Here we go. 76. 76 without going over. Let me scrub back. 76 without going over. Let's see. Beady Eyed Beth had 72. Anna Jean had 74. Looks like it's Anna Jean. And Anna Jean, I know I don't have your address. Anna Jean had 74. So Anna Jean, oh, thank you, Biddy. Thank you, Biddy. Postage. Thank you. I appreciate that, Biddy. Now, you know, I still send out thank yous to people that that super chat me. So you're going to still get something back anyway. Okay, so Anna Jean, here's my email. It's always in my About tab, guys, if you need to find my email. But here it is for Anna Jean. Okay, there you go. Anna Jean, send me your address so I can send you out your little pack. Thank you, Devin. All right, so again, Anna Jean, send me your address. Don't dilly-dally, dawdle, or lollygag. Yeah, okay, Biddy. Well, I'll send you a print. I've been sending little prints out to the people that super chat me, so. All right, let's see. Anything else going on? Let me scroll through here. Thank you again, Biddy. And if y'all don't follow Biddy Penny, y'all need to. She has some awesome, I don't know, do you have, Biddy Penny, do you have your shop open with your papers in it at the moment? Do you just sell out and have to, I don't know what your status is on your papers, Biddy. All right, Angie, have a good nap. I should have your address. Will you send it to me again just to make sure, Anna? Do you mind just emailing it to me again? Just to make sure. Let's see. Am I missing anything? Yes, she does. I have some of her stuff. It's nice. So, yeah. Hi, Lisa. Hey, girl. Hey. Thanks, Cat. There's Janet. There's Janet's address. It comes on at 1. Thank you, Barbara. And so, yeah, I enjoyed using the new vintage map book that Poor Toast Kate Curry put together at my request. I'm going to take a couple pictures and post them on IG. And so, yeah, I hope y'all had fun. I'm going to go ahead and head on out, and I'll see you at Janet's at 1. And thank you, Tina. Thank you, Cheshire Cat, my mods. And we will see you guys later. Thank you. Oh, there's Kathy Berg. Kathy Berg comes on tomorrow, Tuesday at 10. Last I heard, unless something's changed, she comes on at 10 on Tuesdays. So, all right, guys. Y'all have a great day, and we will see you later. Bye, guys.